Focus Daily. As always, we begin this show by giving all respect and honor to the Most High and His Son, Jesus Christ. It is through them that I am being sent with this truth as a chance for redemption for all. 1892. Grover Cleveland, the president that attempted to change the direction of the company, the Virginia company, the American company. The president who was swiftly made and used as an example to anyone who attempt to undermine the disenfranchisement endeavors of said company. Today we're going to watch a quick film about the Cleveland administration, and it's just simply to point out that during this era, all efforts were being put into installing this new fiat system of debt slavery and soul enslavement. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm just going to let the film play. It'll be a quick show today, people. But let's get to it. Clevelandism.
Professor Dave here. Let's revisit Grover Cleveland.
He knows a lot about all kinds of stuff. Professor Dave explains.
Shout out to
As
Professor
we have already
Dave.
learned, Grover Cleveland was the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. For this reason, we regard him as both the 22nd and 24th president. The end of his first term saw Benjamin Harrison taking office, and while in office, Harrison passed the McKinley Tariff and the Sherman Silver Purchase Act. Cleveland claimed these were dangerous to the nation's financial livelihood. He refrained from criticism at first, but by 1891, Cleveland felt compelled to speak out in an open letter to a meeting of reformers in New York.
See, it was during this era that the monetary system was being transformed into a system that was based on gold and actual material to a system that was based on the souls of men. Grover Cleveland seen the direction that the system was headed, and he made an effort to bring it to an end.
This silver letter put Cleveland back in the arena just as the 1892 election was approaching. In the rematch against Harrison, Cleveland triumphed and returned to the White House, just as his wife had predicted. Yet, just as Cleveland's second term began, the Panic of 1893 produced a severe national depression caused by Harrison's disastrous monetary policies.
Okay. As in present times, in previous eras, administrations were sabotaged. Anyone who attempted to go against the company's policies and the company's endeavors were quickly destroyed in the eyes of the people. Right now, they're having legal, Right now, they're speaking about how the Trump administration caused a White House riot. But if you pay attention to this information I'm presenting, you'll start to recognize patterns in the cycle. Anytime an individual chooses to go against the company, sabotagery soon ensues. Let's go.
Exactly as Cleveland had predicted. Unfortunately, he was unable to reverse the crash, and the Democrats were blamed for the ongoing depression. When Cleveland declined to run for a third term, the Democrats ran the agrarian populist William Jennings Bryan against the Republican William McKinley, who
William Jennings Bryan became popular for his speech that attempted to manipulate the people into giving up the gold standards. Basically, they wanted to keep the gold, and they didn't want to have to use it as value for their monetary system. They wanted to use it for their own selfish, greedy, evil interests. We'll hear a little bit more about Williams Jennings Bryant soon, but I just wanted to point that out because that name rung a bell.
Won in a landslide with a political realignment that ushered in the progressive era. Cleveland was a competent policymaker, but critics complained he had little imagination and seemed overwhelmed by the nation's economic disasters, the depressions, and strikes in his second term. Even so, his reputation for honesty and his good character survived the troubles of his second term, and he is generally ranked among the second tier of American presidents.
So that's cool for now. A little slight insight into the administration of Grover Cleveland, and showing how procedures took place during this time in the company. The main thing I want to point out is the sabotage that took place. That's it for today, folks. Another episode of the Focus Daily Show. Until next time.